Good morning, everyone. Please stand as I invite Ms. Dina Matthew of the Dominica Cricket Association to invoke God's blessings on this morning's proceedings.
Let us bow our heads in prayer. O gracious God, we give you all honor and praise. Dear Heavenly Father, you have blessed us so much more than we deserve, and for that we are grateful. Dear Lord, as we approach these international games, I ask for your continued guidance and zeal over those who have looked so earnestly for its success. Lord, grant us your favor and listen to each of our petitions. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Dana. Minister of Sports, Culture and Community Development, the Honourable Rosalind Paul, members of the local organising committee, members of the Dominica Cricket Association, members of the media, members of the general public joining us via GBS Radio and Emonews. Good morning and welcome. My name is Antoinette Mora and I'm the media liaison for the upcoming matches, and we are coming to you live from the Windsor Park Stadium in Roseau, Dominica. As Dominica gets set to host 2 T20Is this weekend, it is our duty to provide an update to the media and to the general public. Here to deliver remarks is the man who has been at the helm of the local organising committee as the event manager, Mr. McDowell Paul, and I now invite him to deliver remarks on behalf of the LOC.
Thank you very much, Maura. Minister of Sports, Culture and Community Development, the Honourable Rosalind Paul, members of the local organising committee, members of the Dominica Cricket Association, members of the media, DDA representative, Ms. Kimberly King, Acting Superintendent of Police, Mr. Judge Field. I say good morning to you and welcome, as Ms. Morris said. Over the past few months, the local organizing committee has been meeting to ensure that everything is aligned with and aligned to what we want to portray for this coming event. That Dominica is worthy of the T20 matches, and we will prove that by being the best host country to Cricket West Indies and Bangladesh. The last time we hosted games in Dominica was in July 2017. Thereafter, we got affected by Maria, and so today is almost four years plus since we hosted game. We didn't know that September would bring that calamity to us, but within 4 years since, we have been working towards restoring the Windsor Park Stadium to its former glory, as we know that everything will be in place for the upcoming matches on Saturday and Sunday. We know that the government has set up a cabinet subcommittee geared towards fast-tracking all the works you'll see going on at the Windsor Park Stadium. The minister will speak to that. The LOC comprises of members of the Dominica Cricket Association, persons who are well versed in areas of event management, and we have been working closely with the Ministry of Sports, spearheaded by the PS, Mr. Lucian Blackmore, Ministry of Tourism, the Discover Dominica Authority, as I said, here today represented by Ms. Kimberly King, the medical establishment, the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, the Dominican Fire Ambulance Services, the Red Cross, the Office of Management Disaster, and a host of other agencies that have come together to ensure that everything runs smoothly. And I want to take the opportunity to publicly thank them for all the support provided over the last few months as we continue our journey and their continued support as we execute the matches for this weekend. We have heralded Dominica as the cricket capital of the Caribbean, and we have been doing everything within our power to live up to this expectation. But we count on the patronage, the assistance of the general public to ensure that we live up to that need. We want everyone who can, cricket lovers who can, and to come into the stadium on Saturday and Sunday to ensure that we have full patronage for this game. We are a little late on ticket sales and have some hiccups as it relates to online sales, but we are working progressively to ensure that tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on game days from 10 a.m., that we will be able to sell tickets to our patrons. We have priced the tickets in a free tier segment. We have the Shillingford stand, which is our premier stand, is priced at 70 EC, and the other free stands are priced as 40 EC, and the grounds at $15. Cricket West Indies, in consultation with the local organizing committee and DCA, have made special offers to our older folks and our youngsters. As such, senior citizens 65 and over, as well as 12 years and under youngsters, will pay half price only. To that effect, they will pay $55 for the Shillingford stand, $20 for the other stand, and $8 for the grounds. In order to ensure that you have a valid ticket, we will require a valid ID, a school ID, or proof of date of birth for children tickets. It's month end, guys, and so school is closed. We want to ensure that we really come out with all guns blazing to ensure that Saturday and Sunday will be memorable. We want everyone to come in and support cricket at this beautiful venue, Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Thank you.
Thank you, McDowell. I know that the people will be coming out because this morning people came to the office already and they say, Miss Mora, take my money now, take my money, I'll come back for the ticket. I said, no, I can't. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. They're on sale online as we speak, but physically at the Windsor Park Stadium from tomorrow. As McDowell mentioned, we have been working very closely with several agencies to bring this event together, and one such entity is the Discover Dominica Authority, affectionately known as DDA. Representing the organization this morning is Kimberly King, and she's here to tell us all about DDA's role and what patrons can expect.
Thank you, Maura. Okay, we're looking at her face. Good morning. All protocols established. Today I stand proud knowing that the glorious game of cricket returns to the Nature Island in 2022. The Discover Dominica Authority, and by extension the Ministry of Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives, are elated to see the West Indies return to Dominica for the first time since 2017 to host Bangladesh in back-to-back T20Is at the refurbished Windsor Park Stadium this weekend on Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. From inception, we have consistently maintained the key message of experiencing the culture, the excitement, the vibes in Dominica for T20I cricket. Dominica is unique to its Caribbean counterparts, and it is aptly called the Nature Island for its lush vegetation and sustainable tourism. In fact, tropical rainforest covers 2/3 of the island. There is no other Caribbean island that can boast over 300 miles of a hiking trail, over 365 rivers, home to one of the last indigenous peoples in the Caribbean, the Kalinago, the largest boiling lake in the Western Hemisphere, and the whale-watching capital of the Caribbean, and so much more. The viewing public, through coordinated efforts between Discover Dominica Authority and the Cricket West Indies, can expect to see the broadcast of destination videos highlighting the island's key attributes and unique culture. Above all, the island and its people are truly authentic, warm, and die-hard cricket lovers. The rich culture comes from its mix of English, African, and Carib peoples, which is evident in the food, music, dance, language, and hospitality. The cultural signature events are also reflective of the rich Creole culture. For example, World Creole Music Festival, which happens over 3 nights, October the 28th to the 30th, 2022, right here at the Windsor Park Stadium. Patrons, teams, and officials can look forward to that authentic Dominican experience this weekend, where the cultural on-field presentation will tell a story about the arrival of the first settlers, the Kalinago, and the arrival of the enslaved Africans. It will present a brief taste of the ballet dance and a short representation of our Jimping dance. The cultural display will culminate with Lapo Capoeira rhythms and spectacular sensei costumes. The end of the presentation will showcase all the cultural groups on the cricket field in a vibrant and colorful celebration. Thereafter, patrons are expected to exit to the forecourt for the exciting after party, which I hope you all will be all a part of, with the vibrating and pulsating rhythms of the Dominican bouillon and other carnival elements. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly. Driving this event is the Government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, whose commitment to bringing international cricket back to the Nature Isle has been solid and steadfast. And it is because of this dedication to duty that we are able to stand before you here today. We are delighted that the Minister of Sports, the Honourable Rosalind Paul, could address us today. So let's show her our appreciation as she makes her way to the mic.
Good morning to all. Let me recognize at the head table Mr. McDowell Paul, another Paul. Ms. Kimberly King, representing DBA. I'm the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sports, Culture and Community Development. Ms. Dana Matthew, who prayed for us. I see the officer here and other key agents, stakeholders. It's raining, but pleasant day to all. And we need the rain for the field as well. We pray, let us all pray to the Almighty for His continued blessing upon us. And let us pray and claim fair weather on the 2nd and 3rd of June so that we can have a successful 2 days of cricket. The government and people of Dominica, we thank Cricket West Indies for choosing Dominica to host these 2 days of T20 cricket. And we promise you it's going to be 2 days of wonderful cricket, festival, cultural explosion, and fun. And you just heard it from Ms. King, what is planned for us. So it's sports and culture in the making, and we know how to do it in Dominica. Dominica is set, therefore, to welcome a return of international cricket to our shores, and it's since 2017 that we had the last international cricket during the Pakistan tour of the Caribbean. The last match in that series was played right here at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium from March 10th to 14th, 2017. And I am sure many will remember this game for the dramatic end, as it looked like it was heading for a draw. Nonetheless, Pakistan won the game. This proved to be one last international match, as later that very year we were struck by Hurricane Maria, which caused serious damage to the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Every structure within the facility was impacted by the winds of Hurricane Maria, and that included the flooding of the field. Repairs were done to the roof of the stands and the players' pavilion, the perimeter walls, the inside structure and wiring of both the players' pavilion and media center, and also the complete upgrade of the outfield and cricket pitches. All of these were done to return the Windsor Park Sports Stadium to its new original state and to ensure that our citizens would once more have a facility which would return the joy of viewing international sports. At the time, we had our sights set on the Ireland tour of the Caribbean for the 2019-2020 series. However, inspections conducted by the Cricket West Indies officials deemed our facility unfit, and we were given a list of activities which had to be undertaken in order to get us to a state of readiness. Having suffered a tremendous impact, as I said, of Hurricane Maria, in addition to the mentioned structures that we had to repair, most of the amenities of the Windsor Park Sports Stadium also had to be restored. Some of the activities undertaken were the replacement of the electronic scoreboard to a tune of $957,501, and that's pretty close to $1 million. The rehabilitation of the outfield to a tune of $70,500. Repair of the pitch, $16,500. The tri-vision screens, $186,730. The practice nets rehabilitation, $8,100. The refitting of the media center, $193,643. The refitting of the players' pavilion, $97,125. Railings in players' pavilion, $11,250,000. Other maintenance costs to a tune of $71,800. And there are other areas too that we took care of, such as the internet, the wiring of the internet, the restoration of the generator, backup generator, and quite a lot has been going on to ensure that we've been ready for international cricket. And that's not all. In addition, the government, through the Ministry of Tourism and DDE, has been investing heavily as well to ensure that we have a memorable experience in Dominica. We now boast of having a new state-of-the-art electronic scoreboard, which is the second in size and quality to only the Melbourne Cricket Stadium. So Dominica now has a scoreboard which is second in size and quality in the world. The new surveillance cameras, the high-end internet capabilities with fiber optic capabilities, and the ability to provide internet services even if the system is broken. A new modern sound system with the quality of well-energized audio and sound to create the right festive atmosphere are among the additional features put in place to enable us to create the atmosphere for cricket for which the Windsor Park Sports Stadium is known. The hosting of the upcoming international games has been top on the agenda of the government, and we really want to express our thanks, our great appreciation to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet for making cricket, in fact sports, a priority. We have taken first-hand interest in the hosting of the games and have put in place a ministerial subcommittee to report weekly to Cabinet on matters relating to the successful hosting of the game. A technical committee to include the various stakeholders was also put in place to give support to the local organizing committee. I can safely report that all systems are in place and we anticipate the successful hosting of the T20 International West Indies versus Bangladesh on July 2nd and 3rd, 2022. And I know we are going to have a packed stadium, and an exciting one. It is fitting that upon our return to international cricket, we are hosting the West Indies and Bangladesh, as these were the similar opponents when the Windsor Park Sports Stadium hosted its first international fixture on July 26, 2009. Back then, it was a one-day international. As we seek to further advance the sports sector, we are mindful of the need to stage such activities which will focus the attention of the International World and Sports Federation on our abilities to host such activities and that we are a major player in the sports sector. Hosting such events are of importance to our citizens. The joy and enjoyment that such events bring are good for the psyche of our people. It also highlights the critical importance of regional integration and bringing the world together through sports. This, we believe, can play a role in a more energized society. Many have been calling for a return of international cricket. Several theories have been put forward as to the reason for the absence of international cricket to our shores since 2017. And we are happy that all can finally be put to rest as we are on the dawn of ushering a return of international cricket. Investing in creating the environment for hosting such events has tremendous economic benefits. It provides an opportunity for visitors to come to our shores from the standpoint of the visiting teams and support staff, television crew, media, match officials, and spectators. The presence of all of those can benefit directly our hospitality and service sectors. The promotion our country gets through the television of the matches to international audiences is more than the tourism budget can pay for. Beaming sights of our country in the home of many is first-hand marketing of our destination, which can pay true dividends. This is what we are speaking of when we speak of sports tourism. The sports industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. This is why we continue with our investment in the sports sector, since such investments put us in a position to capitalize on the vast economic opportunities in this industry. These upcoming matches is more than just cricket for us, for it gives an opportunity for Dominica to showcase itself as a major player in hosting major sporting events. With the construction of our international airport, high-end hotel plans, further investment in our sports infrastructure, such as the construction of the multipurpose indoor facility and the track and field facility, we are preparing ourselves to become the first major hub for international sporting engagements within our region. Yes, we are positioning ourselves to be the hub for international sporting events. And you remember we had our OECS netball right at the stadium in the forecourt. We are happy to have a return of international cricket, and we look forward to two very entertaining and well-contested matches. We have done all to ensure that the best Dominica hospitality is on display, and our visitors will be given a true blend of the nature isle culture. I urge all Dominicans to come out in large numbers to support the return of international cricket to the nature isle. The region waits in anticipation to see our showcase. Let's not disappoint. We are excited. Best wishes to all those who are actively involved in putting all the pieces of this event together. And thank you all for your support and efforts. It is our hope that at the end of this event, there will be no doubt that Dominica is once more open and ready for international cricket, for international sports. I thank you.
Thank you to the Minister of Sports, the Honourable Rosalind Paul, for your presence this morning. You heard it right here from the Minister. Millions of dollars have been spent to ensure that persons have a memorable experience while in Dominica, and all systems are in place. Up next is Dr. Kivian Burnett, who is the medical lead on the LOC, and he will be talking about all health matters as they relate to this weekend's matches. Dr. Kivian Burnett, please come forward.
If I may, just remove my mask to speak clearly so everybody can understand. A pleasant good morning to everyone. I recognize the presence of Honorable Paul, Minister of Sports and Culture, as well as P.S. Blackmore, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sports and Culture as well. Marketing Director, Destination Marketing Director, that is Mr. King, and as well my comrade, Superintendent, Theophil. Mr. McDowell as well, pleasant good day to you, the members listening today as well as viewing public. It's good news that we have today in terms of health, in terms of accessing the Municipal Sports Stadium for the games that are carried between West Indies and Bangladesh. One of the main reasons or highlights that we must depict or bring forth is that the Cricket West Indies gave Dominica a very good kudos on the way that we have managed COVID-19 and as well as keeping active cases at bay. And this in itself was one of the main reasons why Dominica, Antigua, and that of Guyana was selected. So we must say a hearty welcome and to Dominica, and also a big thanks to the government of Dominica, and especially the works of the Ministry of Health and other entities that are involved, that are the police, and as well as fire and ambulance. So we thank you for that organization and also putting Dominica on the map in terms of our protocol and implementing COVID-19 health and safety measures. So in light of this, we have some new protocols that was recently approved by Cabinet as of June 5th to enter any sporting event or that of entertainment. No one needs to have validation of that of an antigen test taken within 24 hours, as well as verification of vaccination status. So I will repeat again, as of June 5th, the Cabinet has made a decision that no more or no requirement is needed or no antigen testing or vaccination validation is needed to enter or to host any sporting or entertainment events. So everybody can come down to Municipal Sports Stadium on July 2nd and 3rd to watch the lovely game of cricket between Bangladesh and West Indies. But however, we must also remember that we are still in the pandemic and also new diseases are emerging. So what we did before was health and safety protocols, right? So we'll keep on doing our health and safety protocols, which means that we keep on wearing our masks in terms of public venues and large gatherings, as well as sanitization of your hands with either alcohol-based sanitizer or soap and water. Now, to enter into the stadium at the entry point, and Sergeant Theophil will indicate which entry points that is there. We have for patrons, VIPs, as well as other diplomats. But for the patrons that are attending to the event, you are required to have a face mask before you enter, as well as follow the protocol where you sanitize your hands. Also, another measure that we have implicated is that of temperature screening. Now, questionable, it could be that on a given day or the given day that you are at the venue, it may be hot, but yet still we'll make sure that we are doing all the necessary process or protocols to prevent having a resurgence or surge again after that of the lovely cricket games are held. In that aspect, if we can contain it, we will have more games, and not just only T20s, but we could have one-days and test matches. So we're looking at the bigger picture at the end of it. So again, continue to uphold the COVID-19 protocol, as well as washing your hands, sanitization, and mask wearing. And if you want to access the Winter Sports Stadium for the 2 days of T20, you don't need to have an antigen test, nor to have that of a valid vaccination. I thank everybody for listening today. I hope that we have lovely weather, and this could be the start of many, many great things to come to Dominica, not only that of cricket between West Indies and Bangladesh, but also international cricket between that of maybe Netherlands and Pakistan, and other different sporting activities that we could benefit from. Thank you very much. Pleasant day.
Thank you, Dr. Burnett. Yes, indeed, on everybody's mind is fair weather, so we do pray for fair weather. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force will be out in full force over the weekend, along with a team of private security officers, and Superintendent George Theophil is leading the charge. He is here with us today and will now go through the security, traffic, vending, and other arrangements that are in place. Superintendent Theophil?
Thanks, Chair. Protocol has already been established. Good morning to all. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is collaborating with the Dominica Cricket Association and other stakeholders to ensure the safe hosting of 2 T20 matches between West Indies and Bangladesh teams. The games, as you know, will be hosted at the Winter Sports Stadium on 2nd and 3rd July 2022. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force has prepared a comprehensive security plan that will guide our operation to deliver effective security services at the games. The plan addresses the various security aspects and makes arrangement for traffic, crowd control, and security to prevent, as far as is practical, any disruption to the games. Venue security. A number of police and private security officers will be deployed to provide security at the venue. Access to venue. Patrons accessing the venue will present a ticket at the entrance and will be subjected to screening prior to entering the venue. Tickets will be scanned to ensure that they are authentic and valid. You need to know that you have the correct ticket. Anyway, there will be no issuing of armbands. Main entry. Patrons will be allowed access via the back road entry point only. I repeat, patrons will allow access via the back road entry point only. VIP entrance. VIP officials will be permitted access via the gate on Kennedy Avenue. Weapons. No weapons shall be allowed at the venue. That is to say, knives, cutlasses, ice picks, firearms, and any article that can be used for offensive purposes. Absolutely no firearms are allowed at the venue, out of bounds. Patrons will be restricted to the stands, and so the field of play will be out of bounds. Vending. There will be no vending on Bath Road. Again, there will be no vending on Bath Road. There shall be no selling of drinks in glass bottles at the venue. Traffic management. No parking. There will be no parking on the link road from the junction of Valley Road to Bath Road. There will be no parking on Bath Road from River Street to Kennedy Avenue. No entry. There will be no entry on Bath Road from the Cox Street junction. Local access. Local access will be permitted on Kennedy Avenue from the junction on Independence Street. Also, local access will be permitted on Bath Road between Kennedy Avenue and Cox Street. Parkings. Patrons are advised that parking will be permitted within the city of Roseau, to include at the riverside parking areas on the Link Road, the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard befront, the western side of Elmsall Road, the south side of Valley Road from Josephine Gabriel and Sons to Elmsall Road. Absolutely no double parking will be permitted in the city of Roseau. Finally, the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force solicits the support of the general public in ensuring the safe hosting of the T20 International Games. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Theophil, and thank you again to the Minister, who had indicated that she has to leave to attend Cabinet, so she will now make her exit. Thank you again, Madam Minister. The floor is now open to questions from the media. We simply ask that you state your name and the media house that you represent for the benefit of our listening public so that they know who's speaking. Don't all jump in at once. If there are no questions before we close, let me just reiterate that tickets are available online as we speak at tickets@windiestickets.com. That's tickets@windiestickets.com, and will be available right here at the stadium ticket booth tomorrow and Thursday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. and on Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then on match days from 10 a.m. The numbers at the ticket booth are 265-1421 or 1423. I'll repeat that, 265-1421 or 1423. We have a question from Dalvin Esprit.
Good morning and that's question to Dr. Burnett. He mentioned in terms of temperature test, but if somebody buy the ticket and they go across to attend the game and then the temperature is over the limit, what happens from then? Dr. Burnett.
Okay, so in light of your question, again, we said at the beginning when I was giving the breakdown, if the person has a temperature, but remember you can also take into the consideration of the conditions. So if you walk off the road and you're hot, I can understand that. So we did the temperature check, it gives us a reading that's abnormal. We asked you to hold on the side for a few seconds. We try to have that of a controlled environment in terms of cooling mechanisms. If that doesn't work out and the person still has a temperature, we do further investigations about the screening to make sure that it's not a viral illness, for example, that of COVID. So, as much as the person may have the excitement to go to see the cricket games, you don't want one person come to contaminate a whole flock of persons, you understand? So, at least we are trying our best. We have let down some of the protocols or some of the strict measures that we had in terms of COVID protocols, that of antigen testing 24 hours before and vaccination validation. But still, some measures have to be implemented to make sure that we can contain the spread of the COVID-19 virus. So again, if somebody has a high temperature, but then again secondary to environmental causes, that of walking up the road, especially if it's hot outside during the cricket games because we want lovely weather. So it will be hot, we expect the sun to be blazing. But in all aspects, if they don't meet the requirements to enter the stadium, we will have to send them away, and we're very sorry about that, but let's hope that doesn't really happen. Also, persons who are supposed to remain in isolation, do not cut your ban and then come to the stadium. That in itself will be breaching your isolation protocol and mandates. And you can be charged, and I know Officer Theophil is very strict on those measures. So again, we encourage everybody to come out in large numbers, yes, but also remember that we are still in the mix of a pandemic, and we still want to make sure that we follow all the protocols that is established and has worked for us in the past, so we can keep on doing well in our great country. Any other questions for me before I can take my seat again? That's good enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Gwinnett, and indeed we're praying for heat, so everybody will be hot. Any more questions? All right, well...
Okay, so this is a question from Emonews. We would like to know, and this is a question that was posed by one of our viewers, have any measures been put in place for alternative matches in the event that the weather does not permit, God forbid, given that the T20 schedule is more or less set?
Anything put in place for alternative matches? No, nothing is in place for alternative matches, no, not at this time.
Okay. God ensuring that everything is...
We're thinking positively.
Oh yes, love that, love that.
All right, and that brings us to the end of this morning's media conference. We want to thank all the members of the media for joining us here this morning. We really appreciate your presence. We want to thank all those who tuned in on DBS Radio and Emonews. And we look forward to seeing everybody right here on Saturday and Sunday for the T20 matches, West Indies versus Bangladesh. Thank you once again.
Thank Thank you to our Emonews viewers. We are live at the Windsor Park Stadium where the West Indies versus Bangladesh press conference was held this morning. We heard from the health officials, the police officials, as well as the Minister of Sports, Ms. Rosalind Paul, and members of the local organizing committee. We thank you so much to our viewers for tuning in, and we do hope that everything turns out well, weather permitting, that everybody has a wonderful time at the Windsor Park Stadium from July 2nd and July 3rd. Once again, thank you to our Emonews viewers for tuning in. We do hope that you all continue to enjoy your week, and if you are planning on coming to the match during the weekend, we do hope that you are safe and you have a wonderful time. This is Emonews signing out.